Gonna need some light. So this is the Lego avatar that I've been using for ages now, and I think it's safe to say that the hair on this at this point is, well, how shall I put this delicately? It's perhaps getting a little bit optimistic. I might need to change that. I still like this little guy though. Anyway, welcome back to the channel. It's Thomas here from Thomas Fitzgerald Photography. So today I want to talk about something that's kind of been bothering me a bit lately, and that is the subject of creative block and imposter syndrome. And it's something that I've kind of been dealing with lately. In fact, it's probably some of the worst creative block I've had in a long time. I find that every time I go to make a video especially, or even just write a blog or go out and take photos, I end up putting all this pressure on myself and I end up not getting good shots. And I also kind of think, like, who are you kidding? Who are you kidding with this? There's this tendency, especially if you have a YouTube channel or you post a lot to social media, to put all this pressure on yourself that if you don't come back with, this perfect shot, that you've somehow failed. And that's something that's kind of been tormenting me for the last little while, and I've ended up not really doing anything. As you can see, if you're a regular subscriber to the channel, I haven't really posted very much lately. So to combat this, I decided, you know what, I'm just going to take a step back, pare it back to basics, and just go and take photos for me. Photos that I wanted to take. Maybe the kind of thing I would have taken years ago when I first started taking photography, before I ever had a blog or social media channels, or I had this YouTube channel, and just relax and enjoy the process. So what I did was I went for a little photo walk. I didn't put any pressure on myself to get amazing award-winning photographs. I just kind of wanted to relax and take the kind of photos that I wanted to take. There's a stretch of canal of the Grand Canal that runs between a place called Charlemont Bridge, which is a stop on the tram line, and Baggot Street Bridge, which is a little further down the canal. It's not actually a huge distance, but it kind of has sentimental value for me because I used to work around there. So you have this lovely stretch of trees and nature, and there's always something different to see, from canal barges to people running and walking, and just in nice light. It's actually really nice. So that's where I went to take some photos and to see what I could get. So one of the things I wrote about on my blog a long time ago. At least I think I did. Sometimes I kind of have these ideas in my head that I've written something because I'd started to write it in my head and I never did. But anyway, one of the things I've been thinking about was, who do you take photos for? Do you take photos for your audience? If you have like a social media presence, so like if you're an active Instagram user, do you take photos for your Instagram audience? Or if you're a commercial person, do you take photos for your clients? And sometimes I think if you fall into one of these two categories, you can end up putting so much pressure on yourself that you kind of lose some of the joy of taking photographs. Not always, obviously not everyone this is going to affect, and I'm sure somebody's screaming in the comments right now going, that doesn't affect me. But sometimes I think you can end up putting so much pressure on yourself to get these perfect shots that you end up missing stuff. And so every now and again, it's important to take photographs for yourself. Photographs just for you, to kind of remind yourself of why you like photography, and kind of, I suppose, jumpstart your creative process by paring it back to basics. For me, this kind of photography can be kind of like a meditation almost, and it's something that I try to do on this shoot. So I shot all these photos using my Fuji X-E4 and the Fujifilm 16 to 80mm lens, which you can see here. This is a relatively recent acquisition of mine, and I have to say I quite like this lens. When I got it first, I didn't. I thought it was a bit too soft, but I figured out that part of the problem was it was actually the size of the focus box. If you have it too small, it doesn't kind of focus properly, which is kind of the opposite of how some of the other Fuji lens works. I don't really know why this is the case, but anyway, I discovered once I made the focus box larger, I didn't really have any problems with it anymore, and it is actually quite a sharp lens. It's still a little soft at the telephoto end wide open, but as you can see from some of these photos, it gives you some good quality images, so that's what I shot with this.
I know I let you down, I made the same mistake. I am the worrying kind, resting my life away. Be here, you know I really want you to stay. Later, when you then go, you will somehow still remain. Remember the time I told you the way that I felt, that I'd be lost without you and never find myself. Patience, let's do the numbers before we...
So I'm no longer on the Canal at this point. I'm now on Baggot Street, and this is kind of, like I said earlier, this area has sentimental value for me because I used to work here on Baggot Street in an office, and one of the things I love about this street is these really old ornate street lamps, and it's something that I always try to photograph anytime I'm around here. And also too, as we're kind of starting to come into autumn now, there's some beautiful leaves on the trees here. So I suppose the obvious question at this point is, did this actually help in any way? Did this help with my creative block? And I suppose the best way to look at this is, like the photography itself, it's going to be a process. There's not going to be one magical solution to the problem, but I think overall it did help. Since I shot this day, this was like a few weeks ago now, I do actually feel that little bit better about things, and I do have kind of my creative spark starting to come back, so more of the same, and we'll see what happens.
up, I know we'll be alright.
I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.